If it's your first time to access blocking controls on your AdSense account, you're going to see this window or screen right here. It will say, welcome to the Ad Review Center. Here you can see the ads eligible to run on your site. Choose whether to allow or block from appearing in the future, and then enable the account to get started. Go ahead and click on Enable. As soon as AdSense has data or started serving ads, then you can check back in the next hour or so to start reviewing ads that's been displayed on your site. And this is how it's going to look like. You can check all the unreviewed ads, meaning you haven't really reviewed them yet, or you've seen them here but you didn't really mark it as reviewed. Reviewed are the ones that you already saw and reviewed, and blocked are the ads that you chose to block, meaning these are the ads that you won't allow to serve on your sites. Here you can filter the ads by domain, newest ads, ad network, language, size, and ad type. Here you can select how many rows you'd like to display. To mark individual ads here as reviewed, you can go ahead and select them by clicking on this button or circle right here, and then you can select Mark as Reviewed. Otherwise, you can also select to block them. If you select Mark as Reviewed, they will show up under this tab right here. If you block them, they will show up under this tab. Aside from these options here to filter the ads, you can also select to filter or search by image. So you can upload an image or drag an image here, and AdSense will try to locate or display that ad here for you. Now, on the left-hand panel, you also have options to view your controls for all your sites that's running under this account, or you can choose to click on individual sites and set up your controls accordingly. Any control you deploy for all sites will be applied across all the sites under this account. If you notice, we have different tabs in here if you go to this option. But if you click on individual sites, you only see 3 tabs. You can block advertiser URLs, general categories, or sensitive categories. In this example, I'm going to use all sites. Under advertiser URLs, this is where you can block specific advertisers. Let's say, for example, you have a competitor that also publishes the same exact, type of content as you do, and you don't want them to advertise on your site or across all your sites. So you go to all sites, go to advertiser URLs, and let's say that competitor is testdomain.com. Then you can say block URLs. Testdomain.com won't be able to serve any of their ads across all your websites because you blocked them here. If you want to enable or allow them, you changed your mind, then you can just toggle to turn it on. And you can enter as many advertiser URLs as you wish here, 1 per line. For general categories, you can select which type of categories you'd like to block or allow on your site. You can only block 200 or up to 200 general categories. Let's say you click finance, and specifically in banking, and you only want to block online banking and private banking. You can go ahead and do that. So when you block them, you can see the number of blocked subcategories in here. Under sensitive categories, you can block certain categories as well. Let's say I don't want any dating ads on my site. So here's dating, and you can go ahead and block. For ad networks blocking, if you plan to block any specific ad network, you can go ahead and block them here. You can use the search box, and we would suggest you always tick this one to automatically allow new Google certified ad networks. Next is the Ad Serving tab. For user-based ads, you can turn this off if you don't want to show any ads that's based on users' interests, demographics, and visitation information. This option, however, does not allow you to opt out of remarketing, which means you cannot opt out of showing ads to users based on their previous interactions with the advertisers, like visits to an advertiser's website. Take note that if you disable this, you're also decreasing the number of ads that can compete on your inventory and could also decrease potential earnings. So we would highly recommend to keep this on. Next, for the display ads, you can opt in to serve similar sized display ads or display ads that are resized to fit within the ad unit. With similar sized ads, AdSense may modify the ads to fit in the ad units that are larger or smaller than the original creative. Modified ads are served neatly centered at the top of the ad unit. Modified ads fit within the existing ad unit and won't alter the layout of your page. The new ad size might not necessarily match the full width or height of the ad unit. If you don't want your ads backfilled with similar sized ads, you can opt out of this right here. But again, to increase competition and demand, we would prefer keeping it on. Animated display ads are non-static ads, such as creatives that were created using Adobe Flash or animated GIF. VPaid ads, you can choose here whether you want to display interactive VPaid video ads or not. This is a standard that allows advertisers to create interactive videos like galleries or overlays. But this does not opt you out from non-VPaid interactive video ads, such as TrueView video ads or in-banner video ads. EU User Consent tab impacts you, especially if you're getting visitors or audience located in the EU. And this was released to comply with the requirements of the European Privacy Directive or e-Privacy Directive and the General Data Protection Regulation or GDPR. Here you select the type of ads you want to show, personalized ads or non-personalized ads. If you choose personalized ads, meaning Google will continue to show both personalized and non-personalized ads for your users in Europe. Now, this setting will reach your users based on their interests, demographics, and other criteria. And because the ad tech providers with this setting will be able to collect, receive, and use personal data from users, then you must clearly identify or declare them in your consent management tool. If you choose non-personalized ads, Google will only show users from Europe non-personalized ads. They are targeted using contextual information rather than past behavior of a user. Although these ads don't use cookies for ad personalization, they do use cookies to allow for frequency capping, aggregated ad reporting, and to combat fraud and abuse. So therefore, you are still required to deploy a consent tool to use cookies. For the ad technology providers, by default, the commonly used set of ad tech providers will be selected. If you choose to set a custom set of ad tech providers, select this radio button, and when you choose or click on select providers, you can see that there are actually 854 of them. And you'll have to enable them one by one if you choose to select or include all 854. Then, once done, you can click this button. If you download CSV, you will be able to see the names of the ad tech providers and their corresponding URLs for privacy policy. and there is no option to select all. So you have to manually enable one by one if that's what you prefer, or if you want to enable all of them. Google is pushing new set of ad technologies from time to time without notifying. So what we suggest is you have to manually log into your account regularly and check the set of ad tech providers here. If there's anything that's still unchecked or not enabled, then you can opt in and allow them. And of course, the more ad technology providers you select or opted into, the more demand or competition, especially for your users in the EU. Once you're all set, you can go ahead and save your changes.